Hey, welcome to the series of everything you need to know about Python in simplest possible way. In our previous videos while learning strings, we have seen so many things, right? So in this video, we will be seeing one of the specific and unique method that we have to manipulate strings, which is nothing but split. Before understanding this particular split, let us understand the use case and the situations where we need to use this particular split method. So let's say you are taking input from the user and the user is giving all of the input are separated by commas, and all the separated by commas you need to store in a list. Or you are reading a file and in that file you are getting everything in a new lines, right? So every sentence in a new lines, and you need to store every new sentence in a list and separated by comma. So in those situations we will be using this particular split here. So let us go ahead and see how exactly we will be using this particular split. Let's say, as we have discussed, we will be giving some input. So let's take some input, so that will be more useful. So I am taking a string here, and this particular string I am taking input from the user. So I am asking user to enter string with spaces. So user will be giving string with spaces. So now after that, what I will be doing is that I will print that particular string here. So after that, what I will be doing is that I will do string dot split here. So when I use this particular string dot split, it will return an object which is nothing but a list. So that we will be storing string list here inside of this particular string list. So now if I execute this, it was asking me to enter a string with spaces. I will give, let's say, like and subscribe. So now I am giving like and subscribe. These are three words, right? Separated by spaces here and here also. If I give this input, it was giving like and subscribe. So we are not printing this particular string list. That is why we are not getting the output. So in this cell, we will be printing the string list here. So now if I execute this, we can see the result string list coming in a list which are having three words. One is like and another one is and the another one is subscribe. Like this particular split will be splitting the string that what we will be providing. So to understand more clearly, we will be directly taking the string. So let's say I have this particular string, let's say like and subscribe. So this particular like and subscribe having this particular spaces in here and here also, right? So for that reason only we are getting like this. So let's say if I have this particular string with separated by commas, here I have one comma and here also I have one comma. So in these situations, what we can do is that we can first we will be assigning this string with some string here. So after that, if I perform string split, I will be getting, if I execute this, I won't get anything. You can observe everything is coming in a single string. So by default, this particular split take the input, take the split parameter, split delimiter as spaces. So if we don't pass anything, still it will be considered spaces. As we don't have any spaces here, we are not getting any output that what we desired as like in one element and is one element and subscribe is one element. So we can pass the delimiter through these parameters. So now I am passing this particular comma. So whenever this particular string, in this particular string, whenever it encounters any comma, that will be separated by this particular split. So now if I execute this, you can see the result like is having one particular string and is having one particular string and subscribe is having one particular string. Like this we can able to use this particular split. So we have seen this with the spaces and comma, right? So another by default it will be taking, which is nothing but a new line characters. So let's say I have this particular string which is like, I will take this particular three single quotes or double quotes, whatever it is. So I am taking like and subscribe here in the new line characters. Here we are having all of these things. This is in a one line, this is in one line, and this particular subscribe is in one line, right? So for that reason, what I will be doing is that I will pass this particular, I will call strip by this particular string and see what we can get. So I am having this particular string and I am using this particular split. So now if I execute this, we still able to get like and subscribe here, because this particular new line characters also considered as this particular default delimiter for this particular split. Because of that reason, we can able to see like and subscribe here. So now we can able to understand this particular split with by default it will be taking this particular spaces and new line characters as a delimiter to split. If you want to pass our own delimiter, we can pass that we have seen here. So let us see one more example by passing our own delimiter. So for that, what I will be doing is that I will take some fruits string here. fruits fruit string, and this fruit string, that what I will be taking is that I will take apple, I will take banana, I will take cherry, and I will take mango here. mango, mango. So instead of putting these commas, let's say I will put dollar here. So after apple I am putting dollar, after banana I am putting dollar, after cherry I am putting this particular dollar here. Let's say we wanted to split all of these strings and make a list by whenever we encounter this particular dollar here. So that we can do by passing the delimiter, which is nothing but this particular dollar symbol. So for that reason, what I will be doing is that I am using this particular fruits and calling this particular split here. So I am passing the delimiter, which is nothing but this particular dollar. So now if I execute this, we can able to see the exact result, which is apple, banana, cherry, and mango. So one more thing we need to observe in here is that we are putting everything in a single quotes and we are giving as like this. So what if we have some spaces beginning and at the end? So I am putting some spaces at the beginning and at the end. So now if I execute this, we are getting this particular space at the beginning and at the end. So like this, we are getting this. So instead, if I have spaces here, here, and here, instead of passing this particular delimiter, I don't pass anything. By default, we will be considering the default delimiter. And now if I execute this, we can able to see the result. The spaces are removed, right? Here at the beginning, we have previously have spaces here, but these spaces are removed now when we don't have the passing delimiter. So by this, you can able to understand that whenever we have passing the delimiter, we are getting all the spaces or whatever thing that they present. But when we don't pass any delimiter, when we consider the default delimiter, the spaces that are present at the beginning and at the end will be removed. So this is the functionality of strip, right? So when we call strip by using this particular string, at the beginning and at the end, the spaces are removed by defaultly, right? So that is same functionality that this particular split is also using. So I hope you can able to understand this particular split. So now what we will be doing is that we will use one more method, which is nothing but split lines. So by using split lines, we can able to split the lines. So here we are splitting the lines here, right? So we will understand what is the difference between split and split lines, so that we can able to use that specific method when we have that kind of a requirement. So for that reason, I am taking this particular same example here, which is what we are using for split. So now I am taking this example. So now if I execute this, we are getting like and subscribe here, right? So when we have this particular thing, we are getting like and subscribe. Here I will mention one more thing here, share here. So here we are having like, share, and subscribe. This share and having in the same line. So now if I execute this, you can see the share and this particular and coming as a two different strings, you can observe here. But when we use this particular example with the split lines, what we can get is that when I will use this particular lines here, this is the new method that we have in Python, which is split lines, which is used to split the lines. And now if I execute this, uh, split lines, I need to mention s here. So now if I execute this, we can able to get like and share and. So we are getting this particular share and as a single string, not as a two strings that what we have here. So this is the difference that we have here. When we have the requirement, when we have new line characters, at the time when we wanted to differentiate, at the time when we wanted to store in terms of a list as a new line, so at that time we need to use this particular split lines, not this particular split here. When we use this particular split, all the spaces are considered as a delimiter, so that as because of that reason, even though we have only three lines, we are getting four strings here. So because of that reason, we need to use split lines when we want to use the delimiter, which is nothing new line character. So I hope you can able to understand. So when we are using this particular split, all the elements that are present inside of a string are splitting, right? So instead of that, what we can use is that we can define the maximum split. So by defining the maximum splits, after when we reach to maximum split, beyond that it won't split. So let us see that example as well. So here I will take the same example here, that what we are using this particular apple, banana, cherry and mango. I am taking this, and you can see, so in this example we are having apple, banana, cherry and mango, right? So what I will be doing is that I will remove these particular spaces at the beginning and at the end, and apart from that I will mention this particular, instead of spaces I will mention this particular comma here, so that we can able to understand more clearly. I am mentioning comma. So inside of this particular split, what I will be doing is that I will pass this particular comma as a delimiter. After that, I will be mentioning how many number of splits that we wanted. So I will mention 2 here, and if I execute this, so I need to mention one more comma here, and if I execute this, we can able to see the result. One is apple, another one is banana. After that, we are having this particular cherry and mango as a single string. You can able to observe here. So why and how it is happening is that as we have mentioned two splits, this particular comma is encountered and this particular string is considered as one string. After that, another comma is encountered. This particular banana is considered as another string. So we have mentioned 2, right? So it was reached to the maximum splits, which is nothing but 2. So beyond that, it was not splitting this particular string. Because of that reason, we are getting as a whole this particular string. So I hope you can able to understand with this particular example. And if I mention 1 here, so now you can able to understand. So as we have mentioned 1, we are getting this particular apple as a one string. After that, banana, cherry and mango are coming as a one more string, because we are mentioning one maximum split, and as and when this particular comma is encountered, only this particular apple is considered one string. Apart from that, this particular banana, cherry and mango considered as another string. So I hope you can able to understand this with this particular example. So one more thing we need to understand is that here we are doing the splits from left to right, right? So whenever we are encountering this particular comma from the left to right, we are splitting and stopping whenever it reaches to the maximum splits. What if we wanted to come and we wanted to do this particular splits from right to left? So in order to do that, we have one more method, which is rsplit. So by using this rsplit, we can able to split how many maximum splits that we wanted from right. So for that reason, I will take this same example to make you understand more clearly. So here I will be putting this, and now instead of mentioning this particular split, I will mention r split here. So now you can able to see the result. Here we are having mango as a single string. After that, we are having this particular apple, banana, cherry as another string. You can able to see how it is happening is that as we are mentioning this particular r split, the splitting of this particular string happening from the right to left. So because of that reason, it was starting from here, as and when it encounters a single comma, it was splitting this particular mango, and we have reached to the maximum splits. Because of that reason, it was not considering this particular apple, banana, cherry to split. Because of that reason, we are getting apple, banana, cherry as a whole string. If I mention 2 here, and if I execute this, we can able to see mango and cherry coming as two strings. After that, apple and banana as coming one string. The reason we know from right to left it was starting to split as we encountered one comma here and another comma here. It was reaching to the maximum splits. So beyond that, it was not doing split for apple and banana. As a result, we are getting apple banana as a single string here. So I hope you can able to understand this particular thing to split this particular example here. So we are getting the result in this particular list, right? What if we wanted to get this particular combined result as a string itself, because we are passing string and we need to get the result as a string, right? That we can expect. So in order to do that, we have a specific method in Python which is join. So let us go ahead and see how this particular join works. So for that, what I will be doing is that I will remove this all of these things and I will just split this. So now if I execute this, I will get as a single string. We need to mention a delimiter, which is I will be mentioning comma here. So now we are getting apple, banana, cherry, mango as a different elements in this particular list. If we want to combine all of these elements as a single string, what we can do is that first we will assign this particular result to something. So I will mention list of fruits here. List fruits. I will mention fruits list, let's say fruits list here. So what we need to do is that in order to join all of these elements, what we need to do, we need to mention whatever the string with which we wanted to join. Here I will be taking spaces, so I will demonstrate with spaces and I will explain with other things also. So I will be using this particular join. After that, what I will be doing is that I will mention whatever the list we wanted to this join here. So we have fruits list, right? So I will mention fruits list here, and now if I execute this, we can able to see the result, which is nothing but apple, banana, cherry, mango coming as a single string. You can observe here. So now I will assign this particular join string here. So now if I print this particular join string, you can able to see the result. Join. So now if I execute this, you can able to see the result. We are getting apple, banana, cherry, mango as a single string. Previously, we are having these commas in middle of these fruits. Here we are getting this particular spaces in middle of this particular fruits. The reason is because we are joining this particular list returning from this particular split, and this particular join is having space. Because of that reason we are getting these spaces. I hope you can able to understand this logic. If not, I will quickly explain. Here we are using split, right? So because of that reason, this split returns a list. So that list we are storing in this fruits list. We are joining this particular fruits list by using this particular join method, by using this particular single space that we are assigning to join string. So we are printing join string. So we are getting this particular result. If I mention nothing here, I don't mention anything in this particular quotations. If I execute this, you can able to see we are not getting any space and anything at all. So if I mention dollar here, you can able to see we are getting dollar in middle of these particular fruits. So the reason why we are getting is that here we are mentioning dollar. So like this, whatever you mention in middle of this particular spaces when we are joining, that will be returned here. So I hope you can able to understand all of this what we have explained and discussed in this video. So I will quickly one more time go through this so that we can able to wrap up everything. Here first we have discussed about split. Split is used to split the string that we have provided by whatever delimiter we are passing. By default, it will be splitting with spaces and new line characters that we have seen by taking user input. After that, we have seen by our own delimiter passing this particular comma. So after that, we have seen how this particular split splits when we have new lines. So after that, we have discussed with banana and this particular split having the default characteristic, default functionality, which is nothing but strip. So here we are having this particular spaces. By default, it was removing the spaces when we use default split here. So after that, we have discussed about split lines. Split lines will be splitting the lines only. Split is divides by default all the spaces. Because of that reason, we can see the difference here and here. So when we wanted to split the string with new line characters or new lines, we need to use split lines, not split. After that, we have discussed maximum splits. When we wanted to stop splitting the string, or when we wanted to split the string till specific number, we can use maximum splits. So the splits will be happening at that number we have mentioned. So after that, we have discussed rstrip also. Rstrip will be splitting from right to left. By default, we will be splitting from left to right. By rsplit, we will be splitting from right to left. After that, when we wanted to join the list that we are getting, in order to join that, we will be using this particular join method by whatever the string that we wanted to. So now I hope you can able to understand all the things that what we have discussed in this video. And if you found this video interesting, hit the like button. Like this, we have some more methods to manipulate strings that we will be discussed in our next video. So to stay updated with my latest videos, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications to all, so that whenever I upload any video, you will get the notification. So thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.